All right, folks, it is, I believe, Wednesday. As I've said previously, all days are the same in COVID times, but we're here with Skye Wallace. How you doing, Skye?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Good, good. Are you guys still in lockdown out there?
Yeah, yeah, we're very much still in lockdown.
Jesus.
Um, which, I mean, it's for the good of the thing. So it was really crappy outside today. So like days
Well,
like today, I'm like, I'm all for
no
it.
big deal.
Yeah, it's
So
pretty
you can,
wild though.
yeah, was it like super strict where you had to like have a reason for being outside type thing even, like some countries did, or was it like,
That's kind of the general feel. Like
okay,
like it's not mandated in any way, but like the messaging is like don't go outside unless you're going for essential
yeah.
needs or exercise or something like that. Like don't see anybody outside your household, that kind of thing.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like yeah, you can still get food and everything you need.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So we
it's not too
can't
bad.
loiter about and hang out with the homies on the corner, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Exactly. They're just kind of like a bit more strict than what was already in place for the last few months, I feel, in Toronto.
And when is that over? Do they have an end date, or they're just saying like it's like this
Uh,
till we tell you?
they had a 4 week period,
Hmm.
and that's finishing right before Christmas, and I feel like they're going to extend it.
Yeah,
It would make sense too, just because like I don't know. I've stopped like checking every day
yeah, me
because
too.
like that would drive one crazy as it was for a little bit. I was checking every day for a while, but like the numbers I don't think seem to be going in a downward trend yet, so I feel like it might be extended over Christmas, but we'll see.
So well, everywhere's in the same boat. If it makes you feel any better. So
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's a weird thing, but we'll see everybody at a later date.
yeah, we'll
It'll
just
work out.
reschedule. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
So I
Exactly.
guess what did you have on the go that got completely fucked over by COVID for this year?
Well, we were actually pretty lucky in that a lot of because we were so busy over the last like year or two as far as touring goes, but we had a quiet period planned so that we could kind of finish up and like work on recording for a new album, which
Nice.
was good. And we still got to do a lot of that. Like we're nearing the finish line because we got to do a lot of it remotely
That's cool.
and kind of like coordinate in like a very creative way. So um, felt very lucky. Like I had a lot of friends who had to cancel like international tours and
Yeah,
like album releases and just like immense things that are hard to come back from
yeah.
financially. Everybody's like, yeah, doing great and like figured out very creative ways and great means of doing it in a creative way. But like, yeah, it was a hard time for a lot of people.
Still shitty. Yeah, that
Yeah,
sucks.
absolutely. I miss performing so much. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
Yeah.
One of the guys at Funky Moose, Mark is his name. He told me he first saw you with Matt Mays
Oh yeah.
in Prince Albert. I think he said Prince Albert, Saskatchewan.
Damn.
That's awesome.
Yeah. We
Or maybe it
played
was Saskatoon. Maybe not Prince
yeah,
Albert. Maybe
Saskatoon.
Saskatoon.
Yeah, I that tour was amazing. It was just about a year ago. So it's like I'm getting all of the like memories
Yeah,
on like the social media from that tour right now. So it's like bittersweet. I'm
that's
like,
awesome.
oh, yeah, it was so nice.
That's
And
so
like,
cool. Matt Mays is so good too, and you are too, of
yeah,
course. But I mean, like Matt Mays
thanks.
is fucking. Matt
Oh
Mays is
yeah,
great.
he's a legend.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I saw him one time, and he was so fucking funny. He was like, he was just so hammered by the end of the night, but he still kicked ass, and he still came
Yeah,
out and did an encore for like another
yeah,
half hour or something encore, and he's like,
yeah.
"Okay, guys, I'm sorry, but I can't fucking see anything anymore, so I gotta go now. It's over, but thank you."
That's
And he gave me
incredible.
a fucking CD. It was cool. He's like, "Here you
Did he?
go."
Ah, that's amazing. That's why I like, but like he really cares about the stuff he creates. He cares about like how it connects with people, and it's just like really awesome to see somebody at that level who still is like very cognizant of like how they're connecting and how like to keep it like authentic and
Yeah.
yeah, it's cool.
That's a lost. That's lost nowadays. I think when you get to a
Mhm.
certain level, don't you think it's kind of like, well, I'm here, so screw it.
Yeah, it's I mean I do see it a lot still, but it is like I guess in a time that's less reliant on like live shows sometimes. Like sometimes there's a lot of live music still, obviously, but there is like another side to the music industry where you can create music wherever and you don't have to take it on the road anymore necessarily. So it is like a different means of connecting with people.
Yeah, for sure. Was the Matt Mays like your first like national tour? Or did no, who was your first?
That was my first. That was my first tour. The one with Matt was my first tour of doing like theaters, which was awesome.
Okay, yeah.
That was an interesting thing. It was all like sit down, which we hadn't really done before. I'd say like my first tour was when I was like 20, I think, and I did like because I started out as folk, and I did just like me and my guitar. I couldn't drive at the time, so I like took trains and then like got family members to like help me out and like drop me off at train stations, and like I took a bus at some points. Like it was janky. Now that I look back on it,
that's some dangerous shit.
Yeah, I went from like Vancouver all the way east and back, and yeah, I don't know if I would do that now. It's like, I was just kind of flying by the seat of my pants. But yeah, since there have been far less janky tours.
That's good. That's risky, but I admire that. I can respect that.
Yeah, it was kind of punk rock in a little weird way.
Totally punk rock. It's like, fuck it. I got cab money. I'm out of here.
Yeah, totally. I can drive now, so that's like a huge change.
Huge bonus.
Yeah.
Just take your fucking self and your guitar when this all blows over. If no one's ready, just get up.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and now I have like my band, so it's like the camaraderie on the road is amazing too.
How many people are in your band? Like 4 or something like that?
Yeah, 4 and then me, so 5 total, which is great. We're all like best buddies, which is awesome.
That's tight.
So
that's great.
Can't
I was
complain.
watching. I was looking as I do, looking up YouTube videos, and I saw one of you guys like playing on a green couch or something.
Oh, that was a long time ago. So that would have been a different band lineup. Formation, but still awesome people. Like, yeah, like I've had various configurations because, like I said, I started out as like a folkier sort of thing, and so as it's like grown into the different sound, it's had kind of revolving door players at certain points, and I've like settled into this band formation more recently in the last 2 years or so.
That's good. That's cool. What do you prefer so far? Do you prefer your folky roots, or because you're a goddamn powerhouse with what you got going now? From at least the album I heard, the 2019 album you put out, that's just fucking crazy.
Thank you. Really? Yeah, I think this is like the sound that I've always been after. So I feel like this is like the most satisfying, like the most purposeful, like an intentional one, like the kind of finally realizing or like actualizing the sound that I've always wanted. So
that's awesome. That's good, man. I don't know, like, fuck. I remember when your uncle said, check her out, she's awesome. I was like, yeah, fuck, I'll check her out. And he said, she is good. Like, she's real good. That's great.
Thanks. That's so cool that you talked to my Uncle Brad.
I met him on Twitter. He hit me up, and he's like, I'll talk to you, because we were running like the same indie music circles or whatever on there, and then we just, I talked to him for probably like damn near 3 hours the first time I talked to him. He's coming on next week, so that's kind of funny.
So good.
So there he is.
Wallace is.
Yeah, that's right. He said the same thing. He's like, I can't believe I'm going to be on the same show with my niece, Skye. That's hilarious.
It's pretty cool. It's very cool.
But both of you guys, like, is everybody in your family like a super talented fucking musician? Because like he's a monster too.
He's incredible. Yeah. Oh my gosh. We had a lot. Like, I don't know, it was really good to have somebody to look up to when I was growing up, and we always like would play together and like jam together at family things, and yeah, he's amazing. Like my parents are super not musical.
Really? So where does it come from then? Him?
I mean, yeah, him is definitely like a major musical influence. Like my mom's dad is from Newfoundland, and they were a very musical family. So I guess it was kind of around. My grandmother always used to sing. Like it wasn't like they didn't, on my mom's side, they didn't like undertake it as like a job or anything like that, like a career. But it was always around. It was always like in everything that they did. Yeah. So I guess, it
just rubbed off
that
way. That's cool.
Yeah, totally.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I like that. So so you said you were working on stuff. Have you had time to write a bunch more stuff now that this is kind of like during your planned slowdown period anyways?
Yeah, I have actually. It's been good to kind of like, because I wrote a whole bunch of songs right after that tour with Matt, and we recorded those, and then I had like a period of time where like the label wanted like a couple of different options for more singles, so I've been writing those, and so kind of like pushing myself and like challenging, just like trying out different sounds and different like ideas of what a song that I write can look like, kind of thing. So that's been really fun to, because there's time, which I've never really had before. I feel like I've been running myself. I feel like all like the artist people that I've been talking to, like I've been running myself ragged for years, and I don't know how to just sit with myself anymore. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Get antsy.
Yeah,
Now you can
but
sleep.
probably healthy to be able to do.
Yeah.
I don't know. So yeah, it's been good creatively.
No doubt. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And how is it being signed to a label as opposed to just
It's
slugging
great.
records?
I mean, yeah, because I did it by myself for so long that it was an awesome opportunity to just have somebody else who has, known the industry for so long and like has just like a lot of other skill sets involved in the team. So like instead of me being like, I'm putting something together and putting it out, I hope this works, there's, a little bit more of like a cohesive direction. And it's not all on my shoulders, so it feels like a lot less stressful.
That's awesome.
Which is cool.
You have people for that now, whatever that is.
Whatever that is, yeah.
That's awesome.
But it's good. It's like, you definitely, it was a weird transition where I'm like, oh no, I don't have to like like ultimate control, but it's like I do, and they're also like great people that I can like talk to about things in like an emotional,
That's good.
or like emotionally aware way, and like they know what they're doing, so I'm pretty stoked.
I always have just a mental image of labels just being like sometimes super awesome, but also like dicks, right? It's like you hear horror stories, like they just want
A
you on
lot
the
of horror
road.
stories.
They want you on the road, selling music. They don't give a fuck about your mental health. They don't give a fuck about anything as long as you're making them money, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I think, there's still like, I think that still exists in some areas, but I feel like, I don't know, I feel like because that was the industry for so long of that like cutthroat kind of mentality, I feel like people are kind of, at these days anyway, in my experience, are kind of like, just be nice, like, just be like yourself.
I like that.
Otherwise, what's the point?
What's the point?
Yeah, I'm all about that.
If you can't be yourself, what the fuck is the point? That's good.
Exactly.
Where's the
It's a quote.
point? Quote it. Put on a t-shirt. Skye Wallace.
Yes.
Can't be yourself.
What the fuck is the point?
Take it to the label.
What's that?
There we go.
Yeah. Put the first half on the front, second half on the back.
Got it.
Boom. This has been a great merchandising brainstorming session, so thank you for that.
I'm full. I have so many fucking ideas. It's ridiculous. I get on here sometimes. I'll write movies. I'll fucking do anything. I'll do whatever. I'm just waiting for the right person to hear it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Then the checks will start fucking flying at me so fast I can't even stand it yet.
Yeah, totally. So many checks, it's annoying.
Oh, not another one. God damn it. I used to sit here and talk to my guests, and I would just like manifest sponsorship.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is brought to you by Folgers because blah 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 whatever.
The best part of waking up.
Yeah, exactly. And just see what happens.
Yeah, totally.
Obviously.
What would be your like dream?
My
sponsorship?
dream sponsorship? Fuck, I don't know. That's a good one. See, I want that Joe Rogan money that son of a bitch gets.
Yeah.
That Spotify money.
Yeah, for sure.
But,
it's ample.
It's crazy. It's also kind of disgusting that they're like, here's millions of dollars to just be a douchebag, because I think it's a fucking douchebag.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Completely.
I don't know. I like the sponsors I got now. Funky Moose are good to me. They're cool.
Hell yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And they're from Saskatchewan, just like me, so it's perfect.
Yeah.
I like to stay.
Right on.
Keep it in the community or
Fam.
whatever. So that's cool.
Yeah. I like Saskatchewan a lot.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, I guess you've been to Saskatoon and been anywhere else?
Yeah. I've been to Regina.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah. Do you know Nick Fay at all? Yeah.
I do know Nick Fay, actually,
Cool.
oddly enough.
He's a buddy of mine.
Is he?
Yeah.
Cool.
We toured like Poland and Italy.
Oh, shit.
Or not, yeah, and like Germany together. He's awesome.
Oh, shit. Yeah, he's dope. Nick Fay and the Deputies.
Deputies, yeah. I'm such a fan of his songwriting.
Good.
Yeah. Totally.
He's real good. That's fucking funny. That's a small goddamn world.
Small world. Yeah.
He's cool. That's funny.
Yeah. And Megan Nash is from Saskatchewan.
She is. That's right. She's from Moose Jaw.
Right.
Which is about a half hour from here, I believe. Yeah, she's good too. There's a lot of good.
So many good musicians.
Well, everywhere. Yeah, Saskatchewan's got a bunch. Like, the Dead South are from Regina.
Right. Yeah.
They're huge. Tyler Gilbert, he's another huge one.
I know Tyler. Yeah.
You know Tyler too?
Yeah. I actually met all of the not all of them, but most of the Saskatchewan musicians I've met we all met at this folk conference in Kansas City called Folk Alliance.
Yeah.
2015 or something. It was many years ago, and we met. We were all just kind of like, I don't know what we're doing. Like, this is a huge conference, and we're
all Canadian. Let's stick together.
Yeah, exactly. Once you find your crew at things like that, then it becomes a lot easier. So, yeah, they were awesome to meet, and we've all kind of stayed connected throughout the whole time afterwards. So
that's awesome.
It's great. Yeah.
And Tyler Gilbert, I've known him for a long fucking time.
Yeah.
I know him when he used to be he used to be a greasy metalhead just slinging t-shirts and stuff. Yeah. I met him. I think I must have met him in like 2000 and oh my god, 2003 or 4. I want to say. It's a long time ago. He had a t-shirt shop called Guilties. Him and his brother.
Oh, that's good.
Guilties, because Gilbert Guilties.
That's really good.
Genius. And he would just sell metal shirts, and he'd order me shirts, and he was a fucking cool guy. I knew he could shred on guitar, but I didn't. I never would have pegged him for like a deadly singer too.
He's amazing. Yeah, I love that guy's stuff. It's amazing.
Well, there you go, Tyler Gilbert. You're welcome. Tell you to watch this, sing your praises, you fucker.
Sponsored by Tyler Gilbert.
Sponsored by Tyler Gilbert. That check's in the mail too. Here it comes. Oh, that's a big one.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's good. That's cool. I like that. See, I like the community aspect of it all. I don't like you're not a person that's out for yourself or anything like that. Like, you seem like a reasonable, normal person. Some are just egomaniacs. Like, I'm the fucking best and fuck you.
Totally. I don't know. Like, music for me is kind of like the collective experience. Like, it's connecting with people so that you can all feel something at the same time.
Yeah.
And so, in order to do that, to me, it just makes sense to, again, be yourself and also just, not be a dick. And
Well, it's just that, because there's so much. I think one thing that always, wears me out is that some people seem so stuck in their formula or their mold or whatever, and they're just just be a normal person. Just be a real person. That's when I get talking to guests on here, they're like, "Oh, you didn't even ask me this and this and this." And this. It's like, well, I'm not a fucking interviewer. I don't I care, but I'd rather just talk to the person and let the story or whatever answers come out. And they're like, "So when you were fucking 17, did you? Oh wait, I have three pages worth more." You know what I mean?
Totally. There's different styles too, and that's I think
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but it's not my.
No, absolutely. And if you're doing a lot of interviews, you don't want the same style all the time.
That's right. Because my problem is I do one a night.
Wow, yeah,
so I don't have time. I literally don't have time. I listen to the music, and then I'm just like, I'll just talk to him.
Yeah, totally.
Maybe it's laziness, maybe it's not. I don't know. It's worked so far.
Absolutely.
188 episodes later, we're still good.
Holy shit. Congratulations. It's huge.
I'm fucking killing. I'm going to be at 200 by January. Just pat myself on the back right now. There you go.
Yeah.
Somebody wants to sponsor this motherfucker. I'm not stopping either. Just so you know. Get on the ground floor. I'm cheap.
I'm so cheap. Sponsor me.
Mm-hmm. What are you drinking there? What do you got? You got a beer? You want to show
I'm drinking. Interesting. I'm drinking a non-alcoholic beer.
Okay, see, I've had those. Those are good.
Yeah. So this is Compliments brand, which is like the cheapest.
Sobeys
and
brand,
it's so
right?
good.
Like Sobeys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like very decent. It tastes like regular beer.
Hey, fuck yeah, I do that
Awesome.
too. I stopped drinking, so I switched
Amazing.
to the non-alcoholic. It's good. It's great.
Yeah, absolutely. It just like
Okay.
scratches the itch of like a bubbly
Yeah, you need that.
fermented thing at night, you know?
Every once in a while, it's like God, go. I like those. I like those Prohibition beers. Thanks,
Oh, yeah.
Budweiser. The Prohibition Budweiser beers. Those are
Sponsor.
sponsor. Come on.
What do you
on,
think
don't
about
be afraid.
partakes? Do you like partakes?
I've never had those.
They might not be. I don't know if they're just in Ontario.
Where's in Ontario?
But they're decent. They're actually like on the lighter side, so it's really nice for summer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Another
I
sponsor.
wonder if Compliments would give me a sponsor. It's like, can I
They should.
have like
You know what? They will.
$50 worth of near beers? Will get
50
me through
bucks
the whole
worth of
tour.
near beers, yeah. 50 bucks worth. Just the most like meaningless amount for them. It's like
Yeah.
course
And
you
a
could
12
have
pack is $7. So like,
I know. When I started buying fucking near beers, I was like, this is way cheaper. Like, what the
it's
fuck?
so much cheaper. Yeah.
I don't feel like a bag of shit. I don't make myself an asshole. So that's
Yeah.
nice. And I genuinely like the taste of it, so
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Totally cool. Yeah. Wonderful.
Now I drink tea like a complete maniac.
Tea. I love tea. I have a friend who actively hates tea. I don't really get it.
I'm a coffee guy, but
Yeah.
like I'm a fucking coffee freak. But not like the fancy like espresso freaks, you know. Like I don't care about a whatever latte and bullshit, but like I just love caffeine.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I do a radio show in the UK at midnight my
Cool.
time. So
Wow.
I started to just, and I'm always talking to my co-host. He's from like Wales, so he's always
Right.
just like talking about his cup of tea and this and that. Like, I'm gonna fucking, I'll see what it's all about. But I found this Tetley fucking vanilla chai latte, not latte, but vanilla chai tea, which is fantastic. Thank you. My wife bought it. She hated it, so I got it.
Boom.
Just like that. Relationships were made. Tetley, don't fuck with me.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
go.
Oh yeah.
It just tastes
Vanilla
good.
chai. That sounds good.
It's good. It's damn good. I'll have to look for those compliments, yeah. I like
Yeah.
the Sobeys.
Yeah, they're in like Freshcos and Sobeys and stuff.
Yeah.
Now it sounds like they're sponsoring this because we're giving them all this airtime.
They will be. They'll have to now. See, if you give them enough
Yeah.
airtime, they pretty much have to do it.
Exactly.
That's the strategy, isn't it?
Well, we already did all this work for you.
Now, come on, what are you doing? Like, throw us like, I don't know, like, fuck, we want like $1 million? I'll take
Yeah.
it. You have the other $1 million, we'll be fine.
Perfect.
Checks, you know, I don't care what the denomination of bills is, just throw it.
Yeah.
I'll take 1 million loonies. I'll pick them up.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll pick them up.
Don't worry. Bring the truck this way.
I'll come to you. Yeah.
No problem.
Don't worry.
Give me
Pick
some
up
garbage bags.
immediately.
A couple
Yeah.
garbage bags full of money, bills, whatever you got. That's what,
Yeah. You can put them into one of those those giant sorting machines at the grocery store.
it's the fucking biggest one you can find.
I know someone that used those once. Because I never see anybody using them. But there's a guy I knew who had ended up being $300 of nickels and pennies and dimes. And he just he's like, I don't want to sort this. So we went and put it in one of those giant machines. And of course it took a percentage. So that's I guess the point. But he got $300 out of it. So
Holy shit. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
fun experiment.
Oh, don't. How long did it take?
Yeah.
Was it quick?
A while. I seem to remember it taking a while because we had multiple buckets. Many buckets, yeah. And everybody was staring. It was a whole thing.
Yeah. It was a
Yeah.
whole thing.
I've never seen anybody use that.
Oh, that's what those do.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Quite something.
That's hilarious. I love that. And Beats doing it by hand with those fucking rolls and having.
Ugh,
Sucks.
yeah.
I could never do that. Fuck that.
I always get them stuck the wrong way, where they're vertical.
Yeah. Yeah, you know. And then at that point, it's why fucking bother?
Yeah.
Just throw it out.
Waste my life.
Waste your I've wasted my life rolling these quarters. Yeah.
Useless.
Useless. It's hilarious. Speaking of useless, what's the deal with I was reading that. Yeah, that's good. That petition you had on Twitter about those guys wanting to take down the homeless shelters. I read about the gentleman that was building those homeless shelters. I thought that was fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing. And like, there needs to be in Toronto. There are a lot of encampments in the parks, and it's currently illegal for them to be there. So they removed the moratorium on evictions. And so, like, we're all, like, the group that I volunteer with is called Encampment Support Network. And we've been doing, like, outreach for months now. I joined up in the summer, just, like, bringing, like, basic human necessities to people that, like, the city isn't providing. So, like, I don't know, everybody is there for a reason. Like, the shelter system is super full. When there is a place available, it's not necessarily, like, a good option for that person. Like, there's so many reasons why it won't work. It could be, like, far away. It could be isolating. It could be, like, a congregate setting that's dangerous for someone if they have, like, immunocompromised situation. And that, like, right now there could be an encampment clearing on a moment's notice. So, like, everybody's just kind of living in fear. So, like, we're all calling for a moratorium on evictions and encampment clearings because, like, it's all some people have. It's the only option that some people have. And those tiny shelters are so necessary to get through the winter.
Yeah, it's cold. It's fucking cold in Canada in the winter.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, so it's a weird time, but there is, like, some shift happening. There's, like, the city seems to be sort of listening. Nothing's happened yet, but we're gonna, keep pushing. And yeah, those shelters, like, that guy Khalil makes amazing shelters.
Yeah, because like, they're not even like, it's not like it's like a huge monstrosity or anything like that. It's just a little fucking, it's a roof.
Yeah, and they're mobile.
And they're insulated or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And they're mobile, and you. So what the fuck is? Yeah, I think if we want to move forward, this is the sort of thing that should be embraced.
Absolutely.
Because we're not. Why do we have to be like such fucking dicks to each other? Why can't you just help?
Totally.
People, it's not. It's just like it's not hurting anything. This guy's doing it out of the goodness of his heart, so it's not costing the city any fucking money whatsoever.
Exactly.
Like I could see if he was like, I can't see it, but I could see them being pissed if it was like, oh, you fucking can't spend my money to do that. It's like, this is why I would pay taxes. You would hope your tax dollars would go to something useful like this.
Exactly. To, like, the most vulnerable who need it.
That's why people pay taxes, not for these fucking higher up douchebags to take it. I'd rather have, or whoever needs medicine or fucking whatever.
Yeah.
Or, don't want to fucking pay for homies campaign trail and bullshit like that. Like, I want to fucking...
Absolutely.
I'd be fine to have my money go for something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good thing. I wish they'd do something like that here. That would be really cool.
Yeah, because Saskatchewan gets cold.
Fucking colder than Ontario. I know you guys fucking freak out when it's minus 15 or minus 20. That's the end of the fucking world. Yeah. It's like, that's like November for us. Like, what?
Yeah. We were in, do you know where Palmer is?
Palmer? No.
In Saskatchewan, it's like...
Palmer? Oh, wait. Is that north?
Close to Moose Jaw. It's south. It's kind of close to Moose Jaw.
Palmer.
It's like a little bit south of there. I think south. But that's where Megan Nash lives.
Palmer.
And it's a very small community. It's like maybe 50 people.
That's maybe
and
why.
Like, we played in a church there, and it was wicked. But it was... I think we were there at the end of October last year, because it was like a Halloween show.
Yeah.
And it was... frigid. Like, it was already...
When was this, October?
So, yeah, it was incredible. Like, I couldn't believe it.
Jeez.
Actually, I spent a winter or like a January in the Yukon one year.
And that was warmer.
Yeah, kind of. Absolutely.
That's what I've heard. I've seen the weather map sometimes. Like, we are colder than the Arctic and the Yukon and whatever. And I don't know why.
Why is that? It's so interesting.
I think it's because that's weather patterns, man. It's fucked up. But I think it's because we're in between the Rockies and the North. So it's like this gigantic fucking wind tunnel that just blows all the bullshit in.
It's the wind that really kills you, eh?
Yeah, that's what you say around here. Well, it's not so bad if it wasn't for the fucking wind.
Yeah, totally.
70 kilometers an hour when it's -20. Well, it feels like -50, so you might die, but it's fine.
Yeah. Just don't worry about it. Yeah. Yeah. That's one thing I
put
can't
your
handle.
gloves on. Yeah, you're good to go.
Yeah. I am definitely someone that's all for putting like full snow pants regalia on to get around. Like,
yeah, if I can't, I'd rather be cold than too hot. That is my
absolutely.
goal.
Yeah.
It's easier for me to warm up than cool off.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, like, obviously summer's wonderful and all that, but I do overheat like fairly frequently.
Isn't it super fucking humid in Ontario?
It is very
It's like
humid.
the
It's very
worst.
muggy. Yeah.
I had a buddy who just moved there a couple of years ago, and he says, I can't get used to this fucking humidity. Like, it gets humid here, but nothing like that. I can't imagine.
It's just like hard to breathe sometimes.
Gross.
Yeah. But I shouldn't keep complaining about the weather. I feel like I'm on like a
entitled sipping your compliments of beer.
I know.
Well, there's bullshit. Yeah.
There's bullshit, and I don't drink real beer.
What an inconvenience. Yeah. Can't wait till my next endorsement comes in.
Oh my God.
So what have you been listening to then? What's got your ear these days? Have you found anything that's just super cool?
I was really into this record from a band from Edmonton called Nehiawak, and I think they were maybe shortlisted for Polaris Prize, I believe.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, that record just like killed me. It was like very, very wonderful. And then just a lot of friends are putting out cool music, so I've just been like listening to a lot of that, and yeah. Lots of cool music. There's this one record from an artist, Julian Taylor, in Toronto, and I've been a big fan of his for a long time. And his record, I think, came out like near the beginning of the pandemic, and it's been like a pretty constant listen for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Also, my band mates have another band called Altered by Mom, and they are putting out. Yeah, Altered by Mom.
I like that.
And they are putting out 52 songs in 2020, one a week.
52.
So they've been putting out one song every week.
That's ambitious.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
So they started doing this already?
Yeah, they started in like January, the first week of January, and they've done every single week a new song, which is wild.
Deadly.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's wild because like even writing 52 songs in a year is quite a feat, but like writing it and recording it and releasing it is wild.
Yeah, I guess it's it would be one thing to write. Like I'm in a project. Well, I'm in a couple, but the one I do the most now is it's like a 4-country collaboration. So I got one guy in Finland, me here, a dude in the States, and a dude in Wales. We all just email shit back and forth. When me and my buddy started in Finland, we did 10 songs in 14 days and thought that was fucking sick. But 52.
That is sick.
That was fucked up. I don't know how the fuck we did it. Yeah, it's fucked up. But
amazing.
52 would be. That's a little better because we stopped at that. We're like, oh, that's fine, wasn't that?
Yeah, totally.
Oh, now, Jesus Christ, the hell.
Yeah.
52.
Yeah.
Altered by Mom. I'm gonna put that in my
Altered by Mom.
I'm not ignoring you. I'm just writing it down.
Nope, write it down. It's great.
Altered by Mom. I love that name. That name is so fucking good.
It's so good. I actually remember when Devin, who's my guitar player, his mom edited something for him and sent him back an email with the edited thing, and the subject was Altered by Mom, and I remember him writing a Facebook post being like, should this be my next band?
That's the best.
And he did. Yeah, it's so good.
Oh my God, just gets his mom to edit a video. That's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
That's
totally.
great. God damn it. That's great. Altered by Mom. Gotcha.
Moms, am I right?
No doubt. What won't they do? Give me your Instagram handle, you shithead. Your story sucks. Yeah. I got 8,000 retweets. It's not that hard. Yeah. Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom. Ooh, record.
Ooh, what the hell? Yeah. That was me. I was like,
I just watched Paranormal Activity tonight. Paranormal Activity 4. So I'm a little like on
I
each.
didn't know they made more than one of those.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's like a whole odyssey. The same story, basically. It's good.
Yeah. Is it good?
It was good. I enjoyed the third and fourth ones a lot,
Yeah?
which is weird. I was always kind of like anti-horror movie
I was gonna say,
until very recently.
Oh, until you just decided, oh, I love that shit. Yeah,
Something snapped.
because 2020 happened, and every day's a living nightmare, so The Ring
Exactly.
doesn't seem scary anymore.
I just need something to distract me.
Something more positive, like
Yeah.
Paranormal Activity 4.
Yeah. I've been watching all of them. I've been like I watched like Hereditary and like The Conjuring.
Okay, I watched The Conjuring, didn't think it was that bad. I thought
Not bad.
Insidious was fucking terrifying.
I haven't seen that one yet.
That one's scary, I thought.
Yeah.
I watched that with my wife. I was like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, we don't like scary movies. It's just
Yeah.
stupid. It's pretty
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah. It's something about them. Just been really doing it for me lately.
There's so many. There's so many
There's
good
so
ones,
many.
I imagine.
Yeah. There's like a whole streaming, like Shudder, isn't that the
Yeah. That's it.
streaming service?
Yeah, that is. That's the
Yeah.
only one I don't have.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't invested in it either.
Isn't it the same price as anything else?
Yeah, I think
I
so.
think so. But there's just so
so.
many of those fucking things. I should say I pay
Yeah.
for one of them and I have I
Yeah.
got the hookup for the others. Thank
Yeah.
you for not sponsoring me, you bastards. I'll get
Yeah. It is pretty cool to have so much content, though. Like, imagine if this kind of lockdown pandemic situation happened, like, even 4 years ago. It would have been an entirely different experience.
And that's, yeah, exactly. And that's, I'm going to get on my fucking soapbox for a minute. And I will quote a
Please.
meme that I saw online that summed it up perfectly when the lockdown first happened in March. It said, you're not being asked to go to war. You're being asked to sit on your couch and watch Netflix. Settle the fuck down.
It's pretty great, right? Like, as far as...
Well, I'm going to do my civic duty right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's not that hard. No, absolutely.
I can understand how maybe, like, I don't know. I'm not a super, like, socialite or anything, so it wasn't that big a deal for me. Like, and my kids, I got 2 kids and they're just young. Like, they're not in school or nothing yet.
Right.
So
That's lucky, yeah.
wife got to work from home, so we've just been holed up since March. Like,
Yeah.
we're doing pretty good compared to a lot of people, so I can't.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing too, is that like, some people can't stay home, or like some people like live alone, and like that's a whole
The living alone I
situation,
could see.
like,
The living alone.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so many different situations, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I feel pretty lucky too. Like my partner and I both are able to just like work from home and like go out for groceries, and that's pretty much it.
And watch Paranormal Activity 4.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we like practice our scales together.
Nice. Nice. Was your partner play?
He plays guitar as well.
Nice. That's cool.
But yeah, I'm like this whole like lockdown. I'm like, my goal is to get more comfortable with lead playing because I don't do it that often. So I want to
The
like,
rhythm.
yeah, it's like I learned guitar as a writing instrument basically, and then like it became like it's my main instrument, and I feel quite comfortable with it, but just never took on like the lead role very often, and like I'm just like, I want to know more about that and do it more often. So
I'm going to learn about that.
yeah, there's so many options on the internet. So
You can fucking find anything on the internet.
exactly.
That's crazy as shit, man. Like, imagine a world without YouTube. We'd be fucked by now.
It would be fucked.
Shit up.
Absolutely.
It's like, I don't know how to do this, but YouTube does.
Yeah.
Or Google or whatever, you're set.
Yeah. And then there's those recipe sites that tell you the story for a million years before.
I laughed my ass off of that. My wife always says, she's like, Jesus fucking Christ, just tell me how many
They're
cups
all like that.
I need. I don't care. that you made it on a sunny Sunday morning. It reminds you of 1973. Fuck off.
I don't want to hear about your grandmother. I don't know you.
Just want to make some cookies, goddammit. Yeah.
That's why every single one is like that. It's not even like you can deke them out or whatever. It's like every single one.
It's got to be
like
a prerequisite.
clickbait or whatever.
It's a prerequisite for fucking. That's going to take to their goddamn shitty blog.
So. Or like they've got to like have the story so they can put the ads in so that you scroll through the ads before you get to the actual recipe. That's how they get their money.
You know what? You're probably right.
It's probably. It's got to be. There's always money behind it when everything's
There's money behind
doing.
it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Ugh.
Except for
Money.
this. Where's the money on this? Bullshit.
You need to have a story about your cookies with all the ads.
It's a 2-page fucking dissertation about.
Oh my god.
One time before I started this podcast, I wanted a recipe for cookies, so I went to fucking karensfoodblog.com and I got this recipe. But really, what I learned about the cookies was more, or what I learned about the story about the cookies was more important than the cookies.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's crazy.
What you learn along the way.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah.
Give a shit about how many dogs you have or whatever. Like, just get to the point.
Get to the point. Get to the point.
Time is money.
Absolutely.
Very busy.
What do you? So you obviously have a lot of work to do with this podcast. For how frequently you have them.
I don't. Actually, I don't. I just, I literally take this and I just fucking bounce it out, take the audio, set it up. Because, and I'll say this, I'm not lazy.
No.
I'm time management.
Yeah, absolutely.
People don't give a fuck because I think most of I got a lot of views on YouTube. Not a lot. A lot for me. But more of my shit comes from listening. So it doesn't really matter how it looks when you're just listening to the fucking audio. Like, you sound good. I have a decent little mic here that didn't cost me a fucking dime, so then I just bounce it out.
Perfect. That's great.
Oftentimes I'm uploading this while I do the radio show in the morning, so I just...
Oh, perfect. Yeah. What has been like, have there been any new like hobbies or like fun things that you do during COVID that weren't a thing before?
I mean, not really. Like, I guess I started the podcast in like January.
Yeah.
Just to try, because I just, like, I do rap vocals and stuff, so I was doing that, and I had the gear, so I was like, well, I could do something. It'd be fun to do a podcast, I think.
Yeah.
Didn't realize how much fun it would be. I'm just fucking hooked on it, so it's a good time.
Yeah.
But,
amazing.
Doing that, so it's not, I guess it's a new thing this year for me, but other than that, I've been collecting records.
Yeah.
Fun.
Great.
A lot of money, but a lot of fun.
Yeah. It's expensive, for sure.
But you can't, I gotta fucking show you one. This is good stuff. Let's show that to my buddy. I talked this is all electro music. This right here. You can only find it on Bandcamp. It's Cat Temper. It's called Cat Temper.
Oh, cool. Cat Temper. I'm going to write this down.
Yeah, he does electro music. This has no vocals on this album.
But, cool.
He's so funny. I fucking talked to him one night on here, and I was bitching at him because I was like, dude, it's like $30 to ship your fucking vinyl to me. Like, that's ridiculous because he's in Boston. And he's like, well, you know what? He's like, one day I'm just going to send you a fucking vinyl package. I'm not going to tell you when, and you'll forget about it. This is like months
coming.
I shit you not. My fucking doorbell rang like Monday, this past Monday, and here's your package or whatever. I was like looking at the name because I didn't even know his name was what it was. I just know him as Cat Temper from the internet. And I opened it and I was like, you motherfucker. Like, he sent me 3 fucking bottles. So thank you, Mike. Thank you, Cat Temper. This isn't even your new one, but it's my favorite one.
Wicked. That's so nice. Oh my God.
No, I couldn't believe it. They're still good in people, right?
Yeah. What a guy.
These guys always send me free shit. This is See, that's why I don't care about the money. I don't care about money when people send me. They're willing to send me something they created. Don't need nothing else. This one too. You gotta check this one.
Christian Machado.
He was in a metal band called El Nino back in the day.
Okay.
They were real good. This is it's a nice acoustic album.
Awesome. Okay, cool. I'll check that out.
It's currently, and this is for you, Kirsten, I believe it's currently number 3 on the Latin charts, Billboard.
Amazing. Wow, that's great.
Yeah, good guy.
Very
It's funny. I
cool.
used to listen to him in high school. I was a big fan of El Nino. It was ridiculous.
Awesome.
And then,
That's cool.
yeah, I heard he was putting an album out, so I just like sent his manager an email. I was like, I know he's putting an album out. I'll fucking talk to him if you want. Like, oh yeah, for sure. I was like, whoa, what? Okay, cool.
You're media, baby.
Yeah, that's right. Social media, so
Yeah.
it can be a double-edged sword, but if you do it right, it can be pretty fucking good. I get to meet
Totally.
you. There you go. You're
Yeah, totally.
I really like. I'm a fan of your fucking music. It's ballsy. It's
you.
got attitude, but it's so well produced and well written. Like it's good.
Thank you.
What can we kind of expect sound wise for your next stuff you got coming up when it comes up?
I'd say it's definitely just like a bit more of a confident footing in the rock world, like in the rock realm of sound. But yeah, the same band. And yeah, just like maybe a little bit heavier, but there's still like definitely like the songwriting element throughout remains the same. But it's actually, so I often write from like a storytelling perspective.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I'm writing this one from like a personal perspective, which I know like most people do all the time, but for me is a very like foreign concept. Yeah.
Okay, so you more so write up like fictional stories but not this time, like you're doing more personal. Okay, that's cool. So what about your uncle told me this about your song Batter Up?
Oh, Swing Batter.
Swing Batter Up. That was about a woman that.
Yeah, so that was a true story, actually. It was from a woman from Sault Ste. Marie. Her name was Angelina Napolitano, and so she was a victim of like tremendous domestic abuse for years and years and years.
Right.
And she actually, in retaliation, like killed her husband, and then was sentenced to be executed in the trial, which was typical at the time. But she was 7 months pregnant at the time, so she was incarcerated. And like the idea was that when she gave birth to the baby, then she would be killed. But during that time, there was like an immense like international uproar about it, and so this like discourse happened, and like all these fledgling feminist groups kind of like came to the surface, and it got so much attention that they reopened the case and commuted her sentence to life in prison instead, which was the first time that had ever really happened in the Canadian court system. And she was released, I think, like 7 years later.
Wow.
But it was like a big moment, and like a big moment for victims of domestic abuse. In the court system, and it was wild. Yeah. But so I wrote that about her, just like as a testament to her and what she went through, and just like the story really hit me quite hard. So that whole record actually was kind of like all the songs were based off of stories of women that I'd heard, which was really cool. And I got to write it in 2 residencies in Newfoundland and the Yukon. So it was like both places are rife with stories and everything.
Yeah.
So it was very cool.
That's cool. That's awesome. I didn't know that you wrote the whole album like that. That's cool.
Yeah. It was like I wanted it to be a bit more Easter eggy, because I wanted to like have like the concept of the storytelling is pretty like it's rampant in like folk music, but it's not as common in like the rock setting.
That's
so
right.
I wanted to kind of have it. Yeah, I wanted it to be like I wanted people to enjoy it and to connect with it on a personal level, to have it be like almost universal in how someone could connect with it, but then understanding like the backstory of how it was originally written was like kind of a fun extra thing.
That's really cool, because you knowingly or maybe unknowingly you melded those two things together perfectly, because it's got such like the upbeat rock vibe, but absolutely it has the folk storytelling, which is really cool. Now that I think about it, it's like you don't hear that really in straight rock music, not to the extent that you're doing it, not to the extent that folk music does it. So that's touche to you.
It was a fun concept, kind of like a concept album.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah,
That's really good.
I liked it.
Hell
But this one is definitely, it was a challenge to open up and write about myself, because I'm not used to it.
Well, yeah, but you got stories, I'm sure. Here you are.
Yeah.
You can write about your fucking compliments beer.
Exactly.
There you go.
And I will, if they send me the 50
If the
bucks.
price is right, yeah. $50, you hear that, Sobeys. All it's going to take is $50 worth of your beer. You'll be immortalized in some hashtag. Fucking hashtag when I upload this. That'll be it.
Yeah. Yes, please.
That'll show me.
Help me. Help me.
That's awesome. Well, why don't you take the last couple minutes here, Skye. Tell us how we can support you during the COVID times, where we can get your merch, all the good
stuff. I mean, my merch and all that stuff is up on Bandcamp, so it's skyewallace.bandcamp.com.
You have vinyls?
I do. That one, if there's a link to it on my Bandcamp site, but it's like a different page, but you can still get them from there. And then, yeah, if you want to listen, I'm on all of the streaming platforms, and if you want to follow me, I'm on all of the social medias. I'm not on TikTok yet, but I'm like, I'm like trying to get into it, trying to understand it.
But I feel like it's a thing where, like, I don't know how old you are, but I'm too old for it. Don't you feel like an old person watching the TikTok videos? I'm like,
I don't know.
I barely do the Instagram. I don't like.
Yeah, I do like Instagram. I've gotten to a good place with Instagram.
It
took me a while.
Took me a while, yeah. I just signed up for it, and I'm like, what do I even do with this fucking thing? Like, I don't even post. I gotta post videos to it. That's what I need to do.
Yeah, totally. Well, it's hard, right? Because like, I don't know. It was hard for me initially to reconcile. Like, I want to post for a reason. Like, I don't want to just post shit for the hell of it. But you know, it can be like a fun, creative process too. So, kind of came around on it.
Just take a picture of you cashing in that compliments money.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, compliments, yeah.
Compliments.
The spokesperson right there.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. I'm going to go check out the vinyl. See what we got.
Yeah. Thank you. That's very kind. If I had them myself, I would just send you one.
I can buy one thing for Christ's sake. That's good though. That's a great album. It was a pleasure talking to you, Skye. It was nice to meet you.
Absolutely. Totally. I like your interviewing style.
My complete lack of style at that. Yeah. When you I'll tell you what, when you want to, if you want to, talk to your label. I know they have their ways of promoting and things like that, but I've got, like I said, a radio show in the UK. I've got a hookup in Finland that'll play you, and I've got a buddy in Germany. I do a show on a German station too. That's
sweet.
Like
that would be
one of the
amazing.
bigger ones in Germany. So you have my email address now. When you get something you want to put out, or if you have anything now you want to put out, just send it and I'll play it. No questions.
Thank you.
I'm not one of these guys that says I'll do that and then send you a bill. Like these motherfuckers. Okay, one quick story before we go. I was going to interview a guy, and he's like, sent me a DM. He's like, I just have a question. I was like, yeah, what's up? He's like, what does this cost? I was like, nothing. Your time,
very
sir.
Sweet.
You know, he's like, oh, okay. Well, that's good. And I was like, did you hear that I charged for this or something? And he's like, no. But I just did an interview and did the whole thing. And then I asked them when it was going to be released. And they said, when you pay us. And they didn't tell me anything up front about money or anything like that. So it's like, that is a
cheeky
fucking dick move.
That's super dick move. I think there's a lot of that out there.
Yeah, and the people that charge you for Spotify lists too. So
it's wild. But
any way that people can rip people off, I guess they'll do.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It'll always exist, and with the internet, it'll exist in a more widespread.
All over the place. It's everywhere.
But then there's dope people like you who are interested and collaborative.
Yeah, that's it. I just want to do it because I'm a music guy. I like to talk to people. So
hell yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, I like talking to you.
Well, it was fun,
Yeah.
Go practice your scales. Watch some Paranormal 5 or maybe you should film Paranormal 5. You got time.
Oh God.
Film it.
God, maybe.
Then you'll get the compliments money. You'll get all the money.
I always thought about doing a music video in Paranormal Activity style.
Yeah. Pull the trigger. Why not?
Yeah, it was so cheap to make.
Yeah. Fuck. Okay, so just in Paranormal 2, 3, and 4, do they do it the same hidden camera style that they do in
but they get creative with it. And it is like a continuation of the story, so it is like intrigue.
Oh my god, I just thought it ended after the first one. That's ridiculous.
No, it's all interwoven.
Okay, well, yeah, maybe I'll try it. But you gotta watch Insidious if you haven't yet.
Okay.
That'll be scary.
That's next one.
Let me know.
All right.
Have fun never sleeping again. It's fine. It's not
Yeah, God, Jesus. Sleeping, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Dead from the ghosts who are going to kill me.
Coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, got it. All right, you have a good night. Keep in touch.
You too. Absolutely. We'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon.
Thanks for having me.
Anytime.
Bye.